My English journey. Have you ever been afraid of your own voice? Not because it was loud, but because it was real. That was me 30 nights ago. I still remember the silence. The room was dark, the street outside asleep. I opened the voice recorder on my phone. Just a simple app. But that night, it felt like a doorway. I hesitated. My fingers trembled. And then softly I whispered, "Hello, I'm trying to speak English." My heart was pounding, a mix of fear, hope, and something I couldn't name. But I pressed record. That was day 1. And this is day 30. The first few nights were the hardest. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know how to say it. I would start a sentence, then stop. I would mispronounce a word, and delete the recording. Over and over, but I kept trying. One night, I just said my name. Another night, I described my room. It felt awkward. It felt slow. But it was honest, and that made it beautiful. There were nights I didn't say a word. I opened the app. I stared at it, and I closed it. I felt tired, frustrated, like I wasn't going anywhere. But even then, a small voice inside me whispered, "It's okay. We'll try again tomorrow." One night, something changed. I said a full sentence, without stopping, without deleting. And for the first time, I smiled. Not because it was perfect, but because it was mine. My voice, my words, in a new language. That was a quiet victory, but to me it felt loud. It felt like a song. There are a few words I've learned deeply through this journey. One of them is progress. Progress doesn't mean fast. It means forward. Another word is trust. I didn't trust my voice at first. But now I do, even when it's unsure. Let me read you something. A letter I wrote to myself when I wanted to give up. Dear me, I see you. I see how hard you're trying. You speak slowly. You pause often. But you show up night after night. You're not failing. You're growing. Don't quit now. You've come too far. If you're watching this, you've probably been through something similar. Maybe your voice shakes. Maybe you forget words. Maybe you feel like no one understands. But I do. Because I've been there. And this space is for you. To breathe. To speak. To grow. Let's say some gentle sentences together. I am not perfect, but I'm present. Mistakes mean I'm trying. My voice has value. Let me share what helped me most. Whispering first before speaking aloud. Recording myself every night, even 30 seconds. Shadowing soft-spoken English videos. Reading out loud like I'm telling a story. Letting myself speak badly so I could speak bravely. None of this was fast. But it was real, and it was mine. Now it's your turn. Repeat after me. Gently, softly. I'm building my English. With kindness. I don't rush. I grow. Every word I speak is a step forward. Today, I practiced English, and I'm proud of that. I know, Maybe you felt something familiar in that story. Maybe you've whispered English to yourself too, in a quiet room, or into the dark night. If you're still on your day 1 or already on day 30, I want to leave you with something small but powerful. A few simple words from the journey, words that carried me, and maybe they'll carry you too. Let's learn them slowly, together.
Hesitate. That night, I hesitated. To hesitate means to pause before doing something, usually because you're unsure, nervous, or afraid. I hesitated, but I pressed record. Can you repeat this with me? I may hesitate, but I will still try. Whisper. And softly, I whispered. To whisper is to speak very quietly, not because you're weak, but because you're being gentle. Example, I whispered and it still counted. Say it with calm breath. My whisper is still my voice. Courage. My heart was pounding, but I pressed record. Courage means doing something even when you're scared, even when fear is right beside you. Example, I didn't feel brave, but I was. Whisper it with me. Courage is showing up anyway. Stumble. Sometimes I stumble on words. To stumble means to trip or struggle a little, especially when you're learning something new. Example, the sentence didn't come out smoothly, it stumbled. Say it kindly. Even if I stumble, I still speak. Trust. Now, I speak with trust. To trust is to believe in your voice, your journey, and your next step. Example, I'm not perfect, but I trust myself. Repeat softly. I trust the process. Victory. That was a quiet victory, but to me it felt loud. A victory is a personal win, not about beating others, but about overcoming your own doubts and fears. Example, each time I choose to speak, I claim a new victory. Say it with quiet strength. My victories are the steps I take forward.
You didn't need to be perfect tonight. You just needed to be present. One word at a time. That's how we grow. Keep speaking softly. See you tomorrow night. From Calm English Nights.